I'm about to eat only Publix fresh food for 5 days. Also, my multiversal variant makes an appearance. There's a sneeze coming. I command you to release. It's not coming out. Huh. 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 It's gone. You might be thinking, Timmy, you look like you're about to defy gravity. You look like you're best friends with a bubble. Why are you so green? You're green. I am. Oh my goodness, I ate that. No, I'm not cosplaying as Elphaba. I'm wearing this shirt because in today's video, I'm gonna be eating only Publix fresh food for 5 days, from Monday to Friday, from Justin to Kelly. Great movie, very underrated. And this is the iconic Publix shade of green. So I think it's very fitting. You know, Publix is kind of like the Emerald City of Florida. I'll be trying the hot bar buffet, the iconic subs, the sushi, the soups, the desserts. Basically anything that's ready to eat is going into this mouth. Oh, there's a truck pulling up close to me. I'm just gonna wait here for a second. I just noticed the car back there just kind of sitting there too. Am I being watched? Okay, they're leaving. They're leaving. Bye. I'll be eating 2 meals a day, brunch and dinner. So if my calculations are correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beep, bop, boop, I'll be eating 10 meals throughout this Publix challenge. So it's gonna be a feast. And I'll be scoring everything I eat from 1 to 10, so you know what's good at Publix, at least in my opinion.
That's my opinion!
So if you don't know what Publix is, if you don't know the Publix lore, basically, it's a supermarket here in Florida. Us Floridians love our Publix. It's everything to us. We wake up every day, hop on our alligators, dodge falling coconuts from the palm trees just to get a chicken tendy pub sub. And it's always worth it. Now, some other states also have Publixes within them, but it's ours. I'm sorry, it's ours. It is. You know, people love to drag Florida. People say it's the armpit of the US. And while that might be true, we created Publix and we will always have that. So stay away from her. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Oh my God, Mom, you're so overbearing. I always say the wrong thing. Now, I do go to Publix at least a few times a week. So I have tried a lot of the food here, but there's a surprising amount of food that I've never tried. So it's gonna be a very fun week. We're gonna try some classics that I love so much. I'll show you around the place. And I'm also gonna try some new things that I've never had. So think of this video as a guide to Publix made by an authentic Floridian. You know what they say, us Floridians have sunshine in our souls and sand in our cracks. Anyways, before we go in, what just happened? Give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me and my whole career. Also, subscribe. I make food content, supermarket food, I travel for food, theme park food. It's a great time. Let's go. Did I end up going to another Publix because I know people at the other Publix and I did not want them to ask me why I'm wearing a Publix green shirt? Yes, I did. I don't know anyone here, so no one's gonna talk to me. So yeah, this is what the outside of a Publix looks like. This one's more modern looking. Some of them look ancient. It just depends on the one you go to, but they're all gorgeous in their own ways. Here's a quick pan cinematographer shot so you can see the whole store and just really feel the Publix vibe. Here's some of the aisles. We have, you know, seasonings, cans, Beano, just everything you could ever need from a supermarket, you know? So this is the bakery area. As you can see, they have bread, rolls, bagels, donuts, cookies, pies, cheesecakes, cupcakes, and cakes. You can take a look at them right here. I got some cute shots for you. Ooh, cinnamon rolls. Ooh, ew, a cookie cake. Who gets cookie cakes? I'm sorry. I love cookies, but cookie cakes are vile. All that frosting on a cookie doesn't work. Stop trying to make cookie cakes happen. It's not gonna happen, Gretchen. Now, this is the salad bar slash deli area. So yeah, they have a bunch of salad toppings, a bunch of dressings, and a bunch of different greens and herbs. They also have a lot of pasta salads, corn, and also some soups, a lot of soup options. And typically this section is the hot bar and it's usually full of chicken wings or Asian food or something like that. But today it was empty for some reason. Now this is where happiness lives. This is where dreams are made. This is where Hilary Duff sang with Paolo and Isabella. This is where they make the iconic Publix subs. And this is them making my sub. Yes, that's a drizzle of ranch. And this is the grab and go section. They have tons of sandwiches, salads, anything you could want that's cold and refreshing. You can grab it and go. Well, and of course pay for it. We do not support thievery and trickery on this channel, as you guys know. Now this is the sushi section. Sorry, that's a lot of this is the sushi section. Oh my gosh, I sound like Voldemort. And they also make poke bowls, ramen, and like hot rice bowls with like orange chicken and teriyaki chicken and things like that. I have never had any of this, so I cannot wait to try it later this week. This is the little pollo area. I call it the chicken coop. They have wings, fried chicken, rotisserie chicken, popcorn chicken. And this is the good old fried section. As you can see, it's all beige. It's all very beige. And this is more of a dinner section. They have like pork, rice, beans, mac and cheese, things like that. Anyways, this is my day one lunch. Let's see what I got. I got some broccoli cheddar soup, some macaroni salad. For dessert, I got some cookies and cream pudding, a gorgeous buffalo chicken tender sub, and some chips, jalapeno heat. Okay, so I swear when I speak, burps just appear. Anyways, let's try this broccoli cheddar soup. I've never had this before in my life. And fun fact, after I started pouring the soup into the container, I noticed that there were no lids. So I thought to myself, Timmy, you can be a normal human being and go and ask for a lid, or you can be a socially awkward mess as per usual and just purchase this soup without a lid. And that's what I did because people scare me. Jacob! Anyways, let's see how this is. It was $5, which is kind of hectic. Okay. You know, I'm saying this out of love as a Publix stan. Their soups have always looked quite crusty to me, so I've never really gotten any of them. And this is not as bad as I expected. You know, it tastes like good broccoli cheddar soup that's been watered down, but that's to be expected. We're near the ocean. There's a lot of water in the air. It's very humid, but for real, it tastes a little weak. I can taste the cheddar, but it's not salty enough and it's not sharp enough. I just need more of that. Now the broccoli is quite potent. I can tell that it's gonna make me fart real big later. My neighbors are gonna hear it and they're gonna say, oh my gosh, guys, the Magic Kingdom fireworks are happening right now. Do you hear that? No, it's just me. It's a one-man orchestra. I also do not like the texture. It's kind of gelatinous. It's not thin enough to feel like a homemade soup. You know, it's not homemade, obviously, but I want it to feel that way. So yeah, it's all right. Not worth $5, maybe $1.50. What's that? Do you guys see that? Is that whipped cream? I guess when I opened up the pudding, I slapped the lid on the ceiling without noticing. What happened? You know, I think a ghost did that. A ghost said, let's just mess with him. Okay, well, listen here, ghost. There comes a time that we all move on to the next realm. And God willing, that will be when I'm 108. But I'll be ready, sis. I'll be ready. Ah! I don't even have any hair. How did she pull it? There's a Publix worker watching me. Hey. Ooh, girlies, I'm camouflaging. Can you see me? Anyways, let's try these potato chips. They're called Dirty. Okay, Christina Aguilera. They have some other flavors called Stinky and Stench, but I just got the jalapeno heat flavor. Hey. Ooh. Mmm. These are incredible. These are so crunchy. They are kettle style chips, I think. Well, they say deli style, but girl, stop trying to be someone you're not. That's a kettle chip if I ever ate one. They are slightly greasy, but they don't taste greasy, you know? And the flavor is genuinely spicy. There's that classic jalapeno vibe, but they're also a little bit sweet. So it's almost like a caramelized jalapeno. I've never had one of those. Sounds interesting. Wonka, I just gave you an idea, sis. You're welcome, Timothy Chalamet. Very nice. Okay, next up, macaroni salad. I'm not a huge macaroni salad person, to be honest. I've just never been into cold mayonnaise pasta. I haven't had it in years and years and years, and Publix might make it good. We'll see. So let's try it. I don't hate it. You know what this tastes like? This tastes like macaroni and coleslaw juices. Coleslaw sweat. It's like if macaroni and coleslaw were both on a deserted island and they had no water. And macaroni just said, Cole, just sweat on me. Okay, I need some moisture. That's what this is giving. The macaroni is nice and tender. It's not soggy, which is good. And this dressing stuff has sort of that same sweetness that coleslaw has, that same vinegariness. And it has some carrots and some red peppers in there to add a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of a pizzazz. And it actually doesn't taste too mayonnaisey. I think the mayonnaise essence is light, which is good. But overall, I just don't think macaroni salad is that good. Like the macaroni salad stands out there are like, Timmy, you're breaking my heart. And to that I say, go ahead and start working on fixing that heart and those taste buds because they're broken. But it's not bad. Like I would eat it if I was at someone's house and they bought it and they were like, I got you macaroni salad. I hope you love it. I would say, okay. It's good. Next up, we got the chicken tender iconic Publix sub. Oh my. I had to get this for my first entree because I truly feel like this is Publix's most well-known item. This is what they're good at. And I got it on white bread with buffalo sauce, of course, ranch, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and salt and pepper. Oh, and Chipotle Gouda cheese. That's the best cheese at Publix, guys. Try it. It melts so deliciously and wickedly. This is it. Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh. Now that is a mamacita if I've ever seen one. I'm not ready. I've had that same order multiple times. It's one of my go-tos. And it truly gets better every time I have it. I don't know how. Is it a magician? It's not that Publix has the best tenders, because they don't. I am going to have the tenders by themselves later this week. They're not bad. They are fine. They are good quality. They're big and juicy. But when they're in the Publix sub with the buffalo sauce and this gorgeous fresh bread, they truly come to life and they create one of the best sub experiences ever. They always chop up the tender, so like every little piece is nice and bite-sized. You're never dragging a whole tender out of the sub with your teeth, because I've had that happen at other places, okay? Tenders get dragged and chewed and it doesn't feel right. But every bite in the sub is perfect. The bread, like I said, is so fluffy and it truly tastes freshly baked. I don't know if they bake it every day. I don't know their life, but what I do know is that it tastes fresh, and that's what matters. It's never too dense or too heavy. It's just the perfect sub roll. And then the buffalo sauce is real tangy, a little bit spicy. It could be spicier though, but it's good. The ranch does taste store-bought, but it kind of blends with the buffalo and it creates this creamy buffalo sauce. Amazing. And all the veggies always taste really fresh. It's just the perfect sub. It's perfect. If you go to Publix, get that exact order. If you like buffalo. If you don't, you can leave that off. Once again, I don't know your life. You might be scared of flavor. And if you are, I suggest therapy, because that's a serious issue. Fantastico! Mademoiselle Bella. Incredible. Now it's time for our lunch dessert. Yes, I'm gonna get dessert with every lunch. Some people might see that as a negative trait. I see it as someone who's living freely and happily. This is cookies and cream pudding. I have had it before and I remember it slaying me. So let's just eat it together. It has Oreos throughout it and it also has chocolate pudding and whipped cream kind of marbled like Jenna. Oh God, here we go. Oh! Look at that Oreo. Look at her. Someone's parking right in front of me. Hey, do I look pathetic? Look away. I don't want you to see me like this. That is the best pudding on this planet Earth, on this Earth's crust. I'm not joking. I have never met a better pudding. Hi, my name's Timmy. I'm trying to be better too. The chocolate pudding itself is very simple. It's classic. It tastes like any chocolate pudding you've ever had, but like a good chocolate pudding. But then the whipped cream is definitely not Cool Whip. I hate Cool Whip. I think Cool Whip is the Miracle Whip of whipped cream. And it makes sense. They're related. They have the same last name. This is more of a fresh kind of foamy whipped cream. It almost makes the chocolate pudding taste more refreshing. And then the Oreos bring in all the richness. They are super sweet, super cakey, and they add such a delicious, satisfying texture. So this lunch has been pretty great. I adored the sub, the chips, and the whipped cream. These two weren't terrible, but you know, I am not interested in seeing them again. I don't think I'm up for a second date. But listen, you have a real plump macaroni. You really do. And you should be proud of that. And you cause so much natural gas around the world. Like, that's a skill. Anyways, I'll see you at dinner time. For my Monday dinner, I got a gorgeous piece of cornbread, some ribs, and two kinds of mac and cheese, guys. Yellow mac and cheese, which is extremely crustified, and some Gouda mac and cheese as well, plus a gorgeous slice of strawberries and cream cake. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And some Smart Water. 2 + 2 = 8. As you guys can see, I'm really focusing on my nutrition today. People always say the more colorful your food is, the healthier it is. And we have hot pink right here. We have bad tan orange right here. And I'm basically a human-sized bag of Skittles. So let's try this cornbread. This came with the meal for free. I love a freebie. I don't really see any branding on it. It literally just says cornbread. So I guess it's kind of like Share. It just needs one name. I've never had this cornbread from Publix. How? I was born in Florida. That is some of the moistest, most cake-like cornbread I've had in years. And I eat a lot of cornbread, I do. I actually prefer it over corn because it doesn't show up the next morning. It doesn't make a cameo in my toilet and say, hey girl, I guess you couldn't digest meat today, could you? It's very sweet. It is very greasy, but I think it works because it just adds to the moistness and it just tastes like real good cornbread. I'm very happy with that. It does not taste processed. Adore it. Okay, so this is my main meal. Ribs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we have? Don't men have one more rib? Isn't that a myth? These ribs look very nice. I don't think I've had Publix ribs before. And I got 2 kinds of mac and cheese because I saw that they had 2 and I was like, why not try both? Why not compare them right here in the moment? So this white one is basically like a Gouda mac and cheese, and then this crusty one is just plain old mac and cheese. Did you see that? Where'd that come from? I'm like a food bender. It's just coming out of me. It does have an extremely crusty looking top layer. So I'm going to just go beneath. I'm going to dig and get the fresh mac and cheese with it. Okay, here we go. I don't know. I kind of like it now. Let's start with the positives. I love the texture. I think the texture really has that homemade, gritty, kind of floury texture. That sounds disgusting, but that's a sign of a homemade mac and cheese, and I really love that texture. So I'm kind of living for that. I think the flavor isn't bad. There is nothing weird or nasty or vile going on, and there could be because mac and cheese can get very questionable very fast. It's just really lacking any flavor. It does have a creamy milkiness to it and a slight cheesy flavor, but it's so light, and I really prefer a sharp mac and cheese. I want it to slice. I'm like a chef on the Food Network, you know? And this just doesn't have that oomph. Now, I'm still sort of enjoying it just because, I mean, it's mac and cheese and it's not gross. So I'm going to eat it, but I don't think I would get it again. Now, let's try this Gouda mac and cheese. It looks much fresher, much saucier, and more moist. What? Why does it taste like a pig's foot? See, like I said, mac and cheese can get very questionable, and this one is definitely very questionable. I have a lot of questions for it, actually. Like, why do you taste like a swine? Are you related to Charlotte? Is her web really that sticky? I understand that Gouda typically is good, but it also naturally has a smoky flavor, a slight bacony flavor to it. I have noticed that, have you? But this doesn't even taste like cheese anymore at this point. It truly tastes like a fake smoked ham from a factory that has been processed 2 billion times. It just tastes like smoke extract. The texture of it isn't bad. I will say it has a very Panera mac and cheese texture in the sense that the cheese does feel kind of processed and gooey, but in a delicious way, you know? It just truly tastes terrible. It truly doesn't even resemble mac and cheese. So that's trash. I'm sorry about it. Well, I'm not actually. Stop saying sorry when you did nothing wrong. It's 2025 and I'm not apologizing just because Publix put so much pig in their mac and cheese. I didn't do it. They did. Anyways, speaking of pig, we have some more right here. We have the whole pig farm. Okay, wow. That broke apart like a piece of wood, but like cheap wood from IKEA. So now I'm scared. This is dinner. I thought I could be happy here. Oh my God, the car is just driving through parking lot spots like it's the open road. Sir, that is not allowed. Let me go back to my cornbread. My ray of hope. These ribs aren't bad per se. They are not terrible quality. They're just extremely tough. I prefer my ribs to fall off the bone. I prefer them like halfway melted. And these ribs are just clinging to the bone. They're very clingy. Almost as clingy as Dean from Gilmore Girls, especially the first couple seasons. He was a lot. He was a lot, Robin. But Jess was so much worse. So we really do appreciate Dean. Jess was the devil. But it's not just the texture that's bothering me. It's also the flavor. Personally, I like a good old barbecue sauce covered, tender, simple rib. I don't like a super strong smoky flavor, but I know a lot of people do prefer very smoky pink ribs. You know, like when they turn pink, they're so smoky. That's what's happening here. They're just overly smoky and they don't have a good barbecue sauce flavor. They just taste like, once again, ham. I feel like the Gouda and the ribs have almost the same flavor, but one's a macaroni and one's a pig. Like, make that make sense. I'm very thankful I have the strawberry cake because I think it's going to be good no matter what. So it has some layers of actual cake and a very thick cheesecake looking center butter. I've never had this. It's limited edition. So eBay, get ready for me, sis. Ooh, the texture. I have chills. I have chills. I feel them. I have chills on my eyelashes. What's going on? This pink Peppa the Pig looking queen just saved my meal. This is gonna fill me up. Let me explain the flavors going on here because they're very exciting. This has a very strong strawberry flavor, but it's not just any old strawberry extract. You know, it tastes like strawberry milk. Like Nesquik, not Neslo, Nesquik. It's perfectly sweet. It's refreshing at the same time. This mousse stuff in the middle does have a slight cheesecake cream cheese flavor to it, but it's much lighter and much airier. So it's much easier to devour. And the bottom layer of the cake is almost like wet. It's almost like a tres leche, maybe cuatro leche, maybe, how do you say 5 in Spanish? 5 y tú, buena 6. Yes, I am half Cuban, but I don't know all the Spanish words. Okay, I know the food. Don't come for me. I'm still Cuban. You can't do anything about that. I will forever be Cuban. Because I get comments saying, Timmy, you're not a real Cuban. You don't even speak Spanish. Well, tell that to my ancestors. Okay. Anyways, this is just an airy cloud of deliciousness, and I truly adore it. So our first day is fin. Yes, I know more French than I do Spanish. Oui, 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 oui. Je m'appelle Bella. I think today was a hit or a miss type of day, but there's still so many things to try in the Publix universe, so stay tuned. Oh, hi, do you work here? Yeah, where's the rotisserie chickens? Oh, I already have one. Never mind. This is yet another Publix location, and they had a lot of options, including wings. Look at those gorgeous wings. And some of these gorgeous chicken sandwiches and potato wedges and this cheese bear claw. So I ended up getting some potato salad, some gorgeous sushi with little onions on it, fried of course, and some honey sriracha wings. They are glistening and giving easy, breezy, beautiful cover wing. And I also got some mesquite barbecue, dirty chips once again, and the cheese bear claw I saw. It's day 2. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling hungry, so let's eat. The other dirty chips were so
grimy
and also so delicious that I had to get more. And this is mesquite barbecue. What does mesquite mean? It's like mosquito in Spanish. In my last video, I did my Snow White impression, and a lot of people said it sounded like a mosquito in their ear. I love it. To me, it just sounds like opera. I'm sorry. Here's some more. You like that? Good. These might be even better than the jalapeno heat chips. First of all, I feel like taking a shower. Second of all, they have such a classic barbecue chip flavor, but there's even more of it. It's a very strong barbecue. It's super salty, super tangy, perfectly sweet. Love these. Next up, let's try the potato salad. So this is Southern style potato salad. I don't think I've had this one. I always get the home style one. But yeah, you know, I am in Florida. Does that make me a Southern belle? Y'all? Ding dong. Oh, every time I say that, I feel so bad for Elphaba. I'm like, girl, I don't want to bring that up. That's a lot of trauma for you. So it seems to have potatoes, huevos, rancheros. What's a ranchero? I don't know. Mayonnaise, mustard, all the classic stuff. Oh. Wow. So this tater salad has just the right amount of mayonnaise. It has just the right amount of mustard. There's also big chunks of eggs in there, like big chunks, and they're very hard boiled. There's a sweet sort of light relish flavor, but it's not too sweet. It's just right. It really is. This tastes homemade. This is genuinely fantastic potato salad. Now it's time for the sushi. So this is veggie sushi. You guys know I don't appreciate fish. I don't think they should even be on Earth. I know the ecosystem needs them, but does it really? What's a sardine doing to save the Earth? Tell me, is he recycling? Does he have an EV? Probably not. Even though I don't like seafood, I love sushi. An avocado roll, a cucumber roll, even a roll that has squash in it. And I don't even like squash that much. The squash family and me do not get along. We have a lot of drama. And what I love about Publix is they put just as much effort into their veggie rolls as their main rolls. Like this is a veggie roll that has crispy onions, the kind you put on a green bean casserole. It also has spicy mayo, cucumber, avocado, carrots, seaweed, rice, and eel sauce. Now, eel sauce does not contain flotsam and jetsam. Thankfully, I have heard it's like a soy sauce reduction type thing. So let's dig in. I have had this before, but let's pretend I haven't. Okay, this is my first time tasting this. Oh my God. Wow, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, what a great first impression. Listen, I can't judge Publix's fishy sushi because I've never really had it. So I'm not sure if that sushi compares to a sit-down restaurant. But this veggie sushi truly tastes just as good as a sit-down restaurant. Honestly, it's super fresh tasting. The balance in flavors is incredible because you get that little fried crispiness from the onion flakes, the petals. When the last onion petal falls, you will become a beast. Imagine if Beauty and the Beast had like an enchanted blooming onion instead of a rose. Bloomin' and the Beast. What am I talking about? The spicy mayo adds a richness. The eel sauce adds a sweetness and a saltiness. And then all the veggies are super crunchy. The rice is kind of like cakey and delicious in that way, you know? It is honestly fantastic. I'm gonna save the other half for Alejandro because I don't want to get too full eating all of it right now when I still have wings and a whole cheesy bear claw. Ooh, that sounds like some sort of an infection. Next up, let's try the sweet sriracha wings. Now, I have had Publix's wings in the past, but I've never had the sweet sriracha ones. Did you guys hear that? There was a bit of raspiness coming through. Oh, I sounded like Florence Pugh for a second. I love Florence Pugh because she talks like this. She has such an amazing raspy voice. I love it. Okay, these seem very sticky, very goopy. So we are going to be careful. We don't want this to get on my seats or my roof like the whipped cream yesterday because I don't think this is going to come off. I think it's just going to glue itself to the ceiling. Should I try it? Just kidding. I'm not going to purposefully make my car sticky. That's disgusting. Yeah, you better run. What'd they do to me? Nothing. I just didn't like their energy. Those are breathtaking. Breathtaking. I know what you're thinking. Timmy, a supermarket wing can't be that good. It's made in a supermarket. Like, has it ever flown? I'm here to tell you you're being judgmental, and that really doesn't matter because these wings are better than a lot of sit-down restaurants. A lot. These, first of all, are huge. They have a lot of meat on them. The meat quality is perfect. It's not gummy. It's not gooey. It feels real. It feels fresh. The outside is perfectly crispy. While they do have a very fried flavor, they don't taste like old oil and they are not breaded. So just the skin itself gets crispy, which is really nice. I like that. And this sauce, this sweet, spicy sriracha is stunning because a lot of these sweet sauces can be too rich and too sweet. And when the sauce is too sweet, I only want to take like 1 or 2 bites of the wing. And that's unprecedented for me, like only taking 1 or 2 bites of a wing. I'm a pig. I'm a glutton. But this sauce is perfectly balanced. It's just sweet enough. There is a natural honey flavor, but there's also a very strong natural sriracha flavor. It does not taste processed. And the spiciness level isn't too hot, but it does have my lips singeing a little. Fun fact about me, I can make my lip look swollen. Does it look swollen? Fantastic wings. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is now time for lunch dessert. We have our cheese bear claw. I did not take it out of its wrapping because it looks real messy. I don't know why I chose this. I really don't. It's covered in powdered sugar and soon my car will be too. I just can't say no to a cheese-filled pastry. I love a cheese Danish. I love a cheese anything. Okay, let's be very careful and dainty about this. Ooh. So there she is. Okay, girl, you're not in the forest anymore. Be respectful, have some manners. Oh my God. Wildlife is just so hard to tame. Typically, bear claws are filled with like almond paste, right? Which I love. But this is queso. Que rico. Let's try it. Oh!
I'm gonna carefully show this to you up close. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I look like I got hungry while I was baking, so I just ate the flour. Don't do that. You have to cook it first. It could have salmonella enchanted. This is incredible. This is one of the best pastries I've ever had. I'm not joking, because the bear claw flavor itself, like from the crust, is so flaky. There's so many different little layers, and it just still has that bear claw essence, but the cheese filling takes it to the next level, and it truly makes it taste like a cheese Danish meets bear claw. Also, the cheese filling on the inside is still very soft and almost like liquidy, which is really nice. I am used to some pasty, gritty cheese goop within the pastries. You know, this is still very fresh tasting. And then the powdered sugar added a little bit of extra sweetness. I have to say, this meal was incredible from start to finish. It was perfect. I chose so well.
For my Tuesday dinner, as you can see, I got oil. I'm just kidding. I got food. I got this tomato biscuit soup, and then I also got some chicken tenders, potato wedges, onion rings, and some sauces, and Nutella brioche donuts. So I feel like a lot of you around the world would refer to this meal as a fried greasy mess, but here in America, this is good old Tuesday night supper. I do have some Pepsi AC on standby. Let's try the healthiest part of the meal, the tomato biscuit soup. Now, what is a biscuit? I always see tomato biscuit or lobster biscuit soup. Do they cook biscuit soups in a different way than normal soups? Do they not boil it? Do they like biscuit it? You know what I mean? I don't know, but let's see. This looks kind of grainy. Oh! Oh! That is not bad. That is really so much better than I expected. It's a lot better than the broccoli cheddar soup. I think it has much more flavor. It tastes much more potent. Now, it's not the best tomato soup ever. It might be the best tomato biscuit. Biscuit! Raise the roof! But it's still pretty good. I don't like the texture. As I suspected, it's grainy. It's a bit like sandpaper that's been turned into soup, but the flavor is very acidic, as a tomato soup should be. It is a little bit creamy. I wish it was a bit creamier, but it's not bad at all. It doesn't taste processed. And with a grilled cheese, this would be that girl. Anyways, next up, let's try Publix's iconic chicken tenders. I have had these probably 8,000 times, maybe even 9, but I'm gonna critique them like I'm having them for the first time. This is what they look like. Very big, very heavy. With my ranch. And my hot honey. Ooh, I have never had this hot honey, guys.
Wow.
Look how big this is. That's a whole chicken right there without the bone. This hot honey. Publix? Or should I say pub? You watch it yourself, love. That's really good. Oh, I just spit. That was too British. Like I said before, Publix's tenders aren't the best tenders ever, but I do think they are the best supermarket tenders. I think they're in a league of their own in the supermarket game. They feel and taste extremely real, very thick, very juicy, totally worth the money. But let's talk about their slight issues. So all the Floridians are about to come for me. They're all going to send their alligators and say, get him, get him, because people are very protective over their Publix tenders. The breading itself oftentimes is quite soggy. It does fall off the tender most of the time, actually. But I think that flavor-wise, it has that classic chicken tender flavor. I just wish they were a tiny bit more seasoned, maybe some more black pepper in there, and a little bit more salty as well. I think that would... I think that would take them over the top. But I still love them, okay? Alligators don't scare me. Stop it. Now, Publix's ranch cups are pretty much trash. This ranch tastes worse than the valley that is hidden. It tastes worse than the exposed canyon. It just has such a strong processed flavor. It's very sweet for some reason, and it might look creamy, but guys, it doesn't taste creamy. It tastes translucent. You know, that's a flavor in itself. It is. It tastes see-through. Now, this hot honey really is incredible. This is the first time I've ever had it. It is more hot than it is honey. It doesn't really have a strong honey flavor, but it is very sweet, very sticky, and it has such a strong cayenne flavor meets Tabasco sauce. So it packs a punch, it has a lot of heat, and it's so flavorful. I love it. It really upgrades the tenders. Next up, we have the Publix potato wedges. I haven't had these in, honestly, years, I think. I'm not sure. It has been a while. They look very seasoned, very potato-y, obviously. Okay. They're definitely not bad. They honestly taste like KFC's old potato wedges. They have the same seasoning vibe to them. A little bit of paprika, a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder. I'm just naming random seasonings, guys. It tastes like a seasoned fry. I mean, that's a seasoning in itself, isn't it? It tastes like a seasoning blend, basically. Now, I don't think they're crispy enough, and I think that the potato within is a little too starchy. I don't know what kind of potato they're using, a Yukon Gold, a Russet, a Red, which is also Taylor Swift's 4th album, but they're just a little kind of you know when a potato's a little gritty and just too dense? It's giving that. But they're a nice, totally doable side. I'm not mad at them. Okay, now the onion rings, which I don't think I've ever had. This looks horrible. This looks like a tostone. My Cuban girlies know what I'm talking about. It looks like a flattened tostone. It looks so greasy and disgusting, but let's try it. Napkin. Oh my God. What is that? I can confidently say with my whole chest, which is a big, massive peck, that those are the worst onion rings I've had in my lifetime on this earth. I am shocked that they're that bad. They don't even taste like an onion ring. They just taste literally like rancid oil soaked into flavorless batter. It's disgusting, completely soggy all the way through. I couldn't even taste the onion itself or feel it. Where did it go? It left such a vile flavor in my mouth. Get rid of it. Get to work, bees. Disgusting. That's a 0. I don't ever give anything a 0, but I think I just did. Anyways, time to cleanse the palate with a Nutella brioche donut. Now, brioche is a very classy type of bread. I feel like people in France eat it. So that's interesting that this is a donut version of that with Nutella and a little piece of decor. Did he go to TJ Maxx or Jared? Okay, so it's not filled. It just has a very thick layer of Nutella on top. Interesting. I need to scrape off this Nutella, guys. There's just so much of it. It's grossing me out. This is too much. Let me try the donut by itself. That's not it. You guys know I love sweets. Let me try this white stuff. Whipped cream, I like that. The decor tastes good. This is a sad excuse for a donut, to be honest. I don't care if it's made out of the fanciest bread in all of France. It's not good. Why am I eating it? The donut itself does taste like brioche, but to be honest, it isn't giving donut on any level. It tastes like flat out bread. And it's very, very greasy. Therefore, I feel like I am eating a really thick layer of Nutella on a really greasy piece of bread. And that's all it tastes like. Like, I really do not appreciate that. I really think that Publix is really just trying to fill me up with canola today. I mean, I did choose the greasiest foods, but they still had no right to be this greasy. Like, this is next level. So yeah, that's shocking that I didn't like that. Shocking. I thought that would be a home run slay goop by Gwyneth. This is her next candle, by the way. Yeasty brioche covered in Nutella. Oh man, I'm too greasy to turn this off. Wait. Oh, hi. Do you work here? Yeah, where's the chicken tenders? Oh, I ate them yesterday. They're in my bowels? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know that.
Girlies, the hot bar was fully stocked with Chinese food. Are we ready for this moment? I think I am. So this is my Wednesday lunch. I got a giant elephant ear. It's a pastry. I don't think it has any cartilage in it, thankfully. And then I also got a chicken egg roll, some lo mein, some fried rice, orange chicken, and some General Tso's chicken as well.
Oh! Girlies, I'm so embarrassed right now. I'm really flustered. Edward, I just had an experience. I got an elephant ear. First of all, can you hear me? So the elephant ear was a grab it yourself type of situation type deal. Like, you take the paper and then you grab it and then you put it into the little bag yourself, and there's no barcode, right? So I went to self-checkout and I tried to look up elephant ear, beep, bop, boop. Nothing showed up. So I tried to look up like donut section. Nothing showed up. So I called over the employee. I was like, hi, I got this elephant ear. And I'm just trying to check out, but nothing's showing up. Ugh. And I was so awkward.
In this moment, filming Timmy realized that he did not pay for any of his food. One of his worst fears is doing something wrong by accident and getting reprimanded, and he was about to face that fear. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
I didn't pay at all. What? I'm back. I paid. Look, I paid. I'm shook. I wasn't even embarrassed about not paying because I did not know that I did not pay. Now I'm 10 times more embarrassed. Let me finish my story. I was like, I got this elephant ear. I can't find it in the system. What do I do, sis? So the employee tried to search it up and she looked up all the different things like donuts, everything. Nothing was working. And so she was like, it's yours. You can take it. And I was like, are you sure? Thank you so much. I guess I was so frazzled by the kindness that I just walked out. I was like, thank you. Have a good day. I just walked out with the food. I walked out with the food without paying. She didn't stop me. No one stopped me. I just walked out with the food. That's thievery. That is thievery. That's never happened to me before. I also walked out with the little shopping basket still on my arm, just empty, and I was walking all the way to my car, and another employee saw me and was like, can I take your basket for you? And I was like, oh yes, I forgot I had it. Oh my goodness. And I passed it to her, and then another customer in the parking lot overheard me saying that, and she was like, she started cackling and I was like, it was so awkward. And then I got to the car and I realized that I never paid. So I went back inside. The employee was super nice about it and was like, I know you didn't pay. And I apologized over and over and I told her it was a mistake. And she was so understanding and she let me pay. She has a little receipt thingy still, so I was able to. This isn't who I am. You guys know I follow the rules. I'm a good girl. I'm like Meg from Little Women. She's so proper. That's me. Thankfully, I'm not like Beth. Because where is she? Oh, she's gone. Let's just relax. Timmy, calm down. You're fine. It was a mistake. You fixed it. You are still the same amazing human being, glowing spirit that you've always been. Okay, thank you. Self-affirmations really work sometimes, you know? I feel good now. Let's take the food back out because I brought it back and I was like, I didn't pay for it. It's all cold now. Oh, and there's a piece of straw in here. You know what? I'm gonna eat the elephant ear first. I really am. Apparently I break the rules now, so let's break another one. This is gonna be very crummy, so let me get this here. Okay, here we go. This is my first elephant ear ever. I've never had one. I don't know what to expect, besides sound. I wonder if my loud chewing is bothering it. Oh, was that too loud for you? Oh. What's up with all the animal-themed desserts? We have an elephant ear, a bear claw. What's next? The moose uvula? A giraffe's Achilles tendon? Anyways, to me, that honestly tastes like an empty bear claw. It tastes like the delicious bear claw flaky dough stuff. It has the same crispy kind of caramelized sugary outside and the same buttery flaky inside, but there's no filling. There's no almond paste. There's not even bear cheese. It's crunchy, it's sweet, but there's not much going on. So I am a little disappointed in that. I am. I gotta be honest. Dumbo's gotta work on his filling, I'll tell you that much. Let's try this Publix Chinese food feast. I'm still frazzled, guys. Can you tell? Anyways, let's try this fried rice moment. That's not terrible. It's really not. That tastes like they took a bag of Trader Joe's fried rice. He is the best trader. He'll say, I'll give you this, and you can have this. Masterful. It tastes just like that, but it tastes like they added fresh scrambled eggs, which is a very nice touch. I do love a big chunk of egg in my fried rice. And it tastes like they added some sort of extra sauce. It's a very salty, tangy sauce. It almost tastes like a hoisin sauce on top of the fried rice flavor. So it is giving frozen fried rice, but it's also giving a little bit of extra effort. They tried to add some pizzazz to it. So I'm grateful for that, but it's not as good as like restaurant fried rice, you know? Anyways, next up, let's try the orange chicken. Which one could it be? The orange one? I paid. I expected worse. I really did. You know, the quality of the chicken is kind of giving Panda Express level quality. So it's like fast food Chinese food, you know? Well, that would just be fast Chinese food, right? Because I said food twice. I was homeschooled. Stop. I'm still too frazzled. Oh, I'm spitting! Let's be zen. Let's be zen. Hey, yeah. Okay. The breading is a little thick, but it doesn't taste super oily, doesn't taste crusty, it tastes fine. Now, I really like the sauce. A lot of orange chicken sauces can be overly sweet, overly rich, but this one's not. This one's just sweet enough, it's tangy, and it truly has a very strong orange flavor. It kind of tastes like, what's the brand? What's the main orange juice brand? What's the main orange juice brand? Tropicana! Tropicale! Yeah, it is giving Tropicana. It's strangely refreshing, so I'm okay with it. Next up, lo mein. Okay. That's not bad. Honestly, I think that it's once again on par with Panda Express's lo mein. Does it taste a little cheap? Yes. Could it use more flavor? Yes. But it's still enjoyable. It still is salty enough. It has that nice light soy sauce flavor. The noodles are al dente. It tastes like cheap lo mein to me. Next up, we have this General Tso chicken. This looks extra oozy.
Like a pus-filled pimple.
Ew! I didn't say that. That's disgusting. It must have been the ghost. Okay. Once again, not bad. And once again, Panda Express level. That to me doesn't taste like General Tso's chicken. This tastes more like honey chicken. It is very sweet, sweeter than the orange chicken, but it still somehow works. It's a very simple sauce. Like I said, tastes like honey, but it goes good with this kind of thick breading. I like it. I do. I am pleasantly surprised by the Asian style hot bar. I think it's really nice. Last but not least, chicken egg roll.
Oh!
I spoke too soon. I don't think that's an egg roll. I really don't. I think that's a trash roll. First of all, the wrapper is soggy with grease. Horrible. But the worst part is the filling. The filling is honestly mush, flavorless mush. It doesn't taste like anything. It just has kind of like the texture of oatmeal with very little flavor, wrapped up in a soggy wrapper. That is truly vile. Besides the egg roll, I'm pleasantly surprised that the meal was pretty good. This was a very eventful moment for me, and I've never done that before. I'm very shaken up by it. I'm shaking it up like Zendaya and Bella Thorne. I'm gonna go calm down. I'll see you at dinner.
For my Wednesday dinner, I got some lasagna soup. Look at that. It is half eaten for a reason, you'll see. I also got some mashed potatoes, some fried cheese, some pulled pork with onions, a lot of onions, and this strawberry chantilly cake with really fierce eyebrows.
So there's a guy directly in front of me in his monster truck. It's huge. It's quite the monster. And he's just sitting in his car too, and I can't help but feel that I have an audience, so I should perform. What'd you think? I think he's smart. Anyways, I got this drink by Poppy, not sponsored. It's a prebiotic orange soda situation type deal type moment. And I had a lot of Poppies when I made my Whole Foods video, because that's like all they had. They only have organic things. And I kind of hated them, but they made me super gassy. And TMI, but I'm a bit blocked up today from those chicken tenders last night. So I'm hoping that this Poppy
Make something pop out of me.
Anyways, let's try this lasagna soup. I did not know Publix even had lasagna soup. My sister Hannah makes the best lasagna soup, and she's not even Italiano. So let's see if this is as good as hers. He's still there. Oh, I think he's on a FaceTime call. Okay, so he's not watching me. I'm kind of disappointed. Bella! Slap my pizza and call me Giada. That is really good. It tastes as processed as a Panera soup. So it's like kind of processed, but not all the way. You know what I mean? It's like very that. It's a pretty heavy soup. There's a lot of lasagna noodles in here, and there's a strong sausage flavor It's really potent and it's really salty. It's a very tomatoey soup too. There's also such a strong Italian seasoning flavor. There's a hint of creaminess. I'm just surprised. This tastes a lot better than the other soups they have here. So I would totally get this again. Wow. Next up, let's try the pulled pork. It's supposed to be pulled, but I feel like they barely pulled it because it's in massive chunks. Guys, someone help me pull this. It smells like BO. It needs some degree, some secret, some old herb. You know what that is? It's the cumin. It's the cumin. And it's this pile of onions right here. This is the Grinch's fantasy. I'm just gonna bite into this? I don't know. Give me a second. I don't want to choke, but just in case, I do have my choking device. It's very dry and very dense. Oh, I did not take a video of my food. If my food looked half eaten when you saw it, this is why. And this is what I look like when I'm filming my food. I'm in full cinematographer business mode. Got it. Oh, I love the onions. Wow. As you guys know, I am half Cuban. So like I always say, I know good pork. And this is not bad pork. It's very real, very lean, and it's surprisingly flavorful. Like it has a very strong sort of taco seasoning flavor to it, which is different for pork. I'm not used to that, but I'm not mad at that either. And the onions are very crunchy and slightly sweet, but it is completely dried out. That's my only complaint. It's drier than a sandal in the desert. It's drier than the dust in your mom's attic. It's drier than your father's lawnmower that he hasn't touched since 1992 because he hires someone else to do it for him. But otherwise, I'm kind of enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah. Woo! You know why it probably wasn't pulled? It was probably too dry to pull. They were like, I'm sorry, but this is a fossil. I can't pull this apart. Call the archaeologist. I'm having a good meal so far. Every time I say that, things start to go downhill. So let me not say that. You know, this meal is meh. Now it's time for the mashed potatoes. To be honest, they're not the most appetizing looking mashed potatoes. There's something off with their aesthetic and their visuals as well. Something about them looks gritty and grimy, like a tooth that hasn't been brushed in a week. Caked on, mama. What? I decided not to digest that. I did not feel safe digesting it. I did not feel ready to digest it. I feel like my gut was saying, Master, please, don't do this to me. Last year when you ate a whole brick of Velveeta and you got sent to Koreatown for a whole week, I never complained. But now I must take a stand. I just had to listen to it this time. These potatoes taste slightly old, like they've been sitting out. I don't know if they have. That's just the flavor profile I'm receiving on my end. A very mushy, almost watery texture and a watery flavor also. And just, there was some sort of a sourness that worried me a lot. Let's just move on to these fried cheese balls. I'm not sure if it's fried cheese or if it's fried mac and cheese. We're about to find out. Oh, honestly, I think it's fried air. Oh yeah, that is someone's fried breath. Okay. So I can confirm that it's fried cheese. It's not a lot of it, but it's fried. It's pretty good. It's not bad. You know, it didn't have that classic fried cheese curd flavor to it. To me, it has more of a buttery flavor. It doesn't even taste oily. It tastes buttery, like fried butter kind of with a cheesy texture. Definitely very salty, definitely very fried tasting, but I'm just not getting a lot of sharpness from the cheese. Now, if you're really into fried butter, I think you'll love this. Personally, I've never had fried butter, but I am going to the state fair next week, so maybe I'll be trying fried butter very soon. Maybe it's coming to my future near you. What? Coming to a theater near you? How did I mix that with future? I don't know. I think the mashed potatoes had an effect on me. I'm already feeling it. It is very hard breading, almost a little too crispy, so that's a small issue, but they're not bad. Anyways, it is time for my chantilly berry cake. The word chantilly is kind of delicious. Chantilly. Now it has a face. See, it has little blueberry eyes, strawberry eyebrows, which need to be plucked. There's too many seeds on there, and a berry-filled mouth. Oh! Oh my goodness, wow. See, this is why frosting will always be a failure in my eyes, because whipped cream on a cake is 8,000 times better. It's lighter, it's more refreshing, it's less heavy, it's less icky sweet. I can't stop. I can't stop. Oh my God, Timmy, snap out of it. The cake itself is simple, but very moist. It has that classic yellow cake flavor, perfectly sweet, perfectly fluffy. But the best part about this whole thing is the berry filling. The berries are, first of all, super crunchy and like fresh tasting, but they're in a sauce that honestly tastes like fruit punch. Like pure, sweet, refreshing fruit punch. And it just adds so much to the cake. And there's a slight citrusy flavor too in there that's really gorgeous. You know what? I'm gonna eat the whole thing. And what? What are you gonna do about it, huh? He's still in his car. He's seeing all of this. Oh my gosh. Timmy, be dainty. It's gone. I typically save some of my desserts for Alejandro, but not today, sweetie. Well, other than the mashed caca, I really liked or loved everything else. So this meal was a success. Once again, I chose so good. Do you work here? Can I tell you a joke? What do you call a witch that lives on the beach? A sandwich.
For my Thursday lunch, I got some tarragon chicken salad, some potato cheesy bacon soup, spicy popcorn chicken, Zapp's Cajun dill gator tater potato chip, and this monster Oreo cheesecake slice.
So, I got another, what's it called again? Poppy. But this time I got raspberry rose. You might be thinking, Timmy, are you secretly a Poppy stan? No, I hate her. Yesterday's Poppy did do its job, but I don't think it finished the job. It's almost like if a gardener gardens your whole garden, but he leaves a pile of like old weeds. I just need a little more gassy pressure. It's working! Someone get a bucket! Okay, raspberry rose. Okay, blueberry jack. This is a pretty good one. I'm kind of enjoying it. Let's first try these Zapp's potato chips. Wow, the name is on point. So I got these because they're Cajun dill gator taters flavored. So I'm assuming they're flavored like alligator. The ingredients say they have potatoes, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, gator extract. I'm just kidding, they don't. Someone passed by and was looking at me. I was trying to give the girlies chills. Listen, I don't know if these taste like alligator. I don't spend a lot of my time in the swamp roasting them. You know what I mean? But they do taste like a really vinegary pickle. And I'm guessing that's where the dill comes in, right? Who knew? They are as sour and salty as the salt and vinegar chip, but the dill flavor really brings in that fermented cucumber flavor. You know, they're kind of greasy and they do have some electricity within them, but I love them. Next up, let's try this cheddar bacon potato soup. Never had it. It's very thick. After the lasagna soup, I have a lot more hope in Publix's soup department. Not as much hope as I have in the Tortured Poets department. That's a really high-end department. I'm obsessed with it. The Swifties get it, and the girls that aren't Swifties don't get it. Maybe buy a Swiffer and become a Swiftie. You know, I don't know if you've been to Camp Bell, but to me, it's a really mediocre camp. I think they have boring activities, and the lake is really dirty, has a lot of moss in it, and this is giving Camp Bell soup. Do you guys get it? Do you get the joke? I'm trying to make it obvious for you. This is pretty bad potato soup. I think potato soup is pretty easy to slay in the sense that a lot of restaurants have potato soup and most of the time it's at least decent. This is not good. This tastes like completely canned, rotting potato trash. Oh my gosh, that was too harsh. Once again, it has that same broccoli cheddar gelatinous texture, which is not appetizing. And it has such a fake factory bacon flavor. And the potatoes have such a nasty, chalky texture to them. Listen, I'm all about learning. I'm all about chalkboards, but I don't want my potato to taste like it's about to answer a math equation. Next up, we have these iconic hot and spicy fried popcorn chicken bites. I've had these 1,000 times. They're iconic, but I forgot to get a sauce. So, but, Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Kisses, love. These are great. If you haven't had them, give them a try. The portion is huge. Do they taste processed? Yes. Is the chicken on the inside a foamy mattress firm texture? Yes, sis, but not in a gross way. I would compare these popcorn chicken nuggets to Wendy's chicken nuggets or McDonald's because those also have that foamy texture, but they're not mushy and they still have a very clean flavor to them, even if it's made out of pink goop. We've all seen the pink goop. It's a very viral goop. I do not care. Does it look like that when I eat it? No. Does it taste good when I eat it? Yes. Is it all gonna look the same when it gets pushed out by Poppy? Yes, 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 yes. They're perfectly fried. They're not greasy. And the breading is thick, but not in a rocky way, not in a mountain range way. And the flavor tastes like Publix's chicken tenders, but saltier and with a lot more black pepper. And they're a little bit spicy. I love these. They're a Publix classique. There's a guy next to me in a tiny sports car. Like, it's like very low to the ground. He's literally looking up at me like, hi, you're so tall. That's the first time anyone's told me that. So this is the savory tarragon chicken salad with almonds. Now, I've never had this, but I am really, really worried right now because I haven't heard from Tara. I haven't. She just left. She's gone. Okay. Ooh. Oh, this is chunky. That is a big chunk of chicken. I kind of hate it, but I want more. To be honest, as a food critic, this is going to sound very amateur, very unprofessional, but I don't think I've ever had tarragon. I mean, I'm sure I've had it in things, but I've never had a tarragon-focused dish. And I don't think I like it. It has such a weird flavor. There's something about it that's a little too earthy, almost minty. I feel like she might be Mint's cousin or something. This says it's savory, but to me it's too sweet. And the mayonnaise flavor really comes through, which is really causing the chicken to taste more like tuna. I also did not love the texture. I felt like the sauce itself was kind of gritty once again. There's a lot of gritty things at Publix. They just love dirt textures. I'm just not a fan. It isn't horrible. Yeah, I'm not into it. Sorry. Last but not least, we have this cookies and cream monster cheesecake. Okay, put your paws up. Did you see Abracadabra, Lady Gaga's new music video? There's a hair on me. Where'd that come from? I don't have hair. Did you see it? Listen, it's a little demonic and a little bit scary. You guys know I like light-sided things, not dark-sided things, but Gaga is the only queen that can make me watch something
Dark-sided.
It was such an iconic video. Anyways, let's try this monster. Is this called monster because it's supposed to be a big slice? This looks very average to me. This isn't monster. This is like creature. And the crust is so thick. Look at that. Wow.
Pause. Oh my gosh. Guys, there's a Timmy variant. A Timmy variant has been spotted from the multiverse of Publix. What is going on? Who is this man? Is his name Timo?
You're gone. I gotta be honest, I was being judgmental again. I was being a mean girl because every time I've had supermarket cheesecake, it's always been fine, but just fine. It's never as good as sit-down restaurant cheesecake. It always has a slight processed flavor to it, but it gets the job done. This though, rivals Cheesecake Factory's cheesecakes. That is perfection. Oh, it's perfect. The crust is just pure crunchy Oreo, and I love that it's so thick because it's barely sweet, so it just kind of balances out the sweetness too. The cheesecake filling itself is so ultra creamy, creamier than expected, and it's not super heavy, but it has that really nice cream cheese tartness to it, and the Oreos are all soggy and cakey, and they really add so much richness and deliciousness. I adored that. It's a perfect cheesecake. As the Italians say, perfecto. As the Spanish people say, I think also perfecto, right? Oh, no, wait, Italian people say perfetto. So it's perfecto without the C. Okay, perfetto. I kind of love that.
For my Thursday dinner, I got a big salad from the salad bar. I built it myself. And I got some baked chicken tenders, some street corn dip. Looks amazing, right? Some Doritos to go with the street corn dip. And these little mini vanilla cakes. How cute.
So I just kind of feel like this is the day. This is the day I'm finally gonna reach my full dainty form. People are gonna mistake me for a feather. They're gonna say, aren't you supposed to be in a pillow? Because I got a salad and baked tenders. You can't get a lighter meal than that. I also got some street corn dip and some chips and some cake. But that does not change the fact that I'm eating this daintily. Sorry, let's shake my salad. So I got croutons, I got bacon bits. I didn't get cheese because once again, I'm being dainty, but also they didn't have the cheese I wanted. But that still did not factor into my decision. I still would not have gotten it. Do you believe me? And then I also got some sunflower seeds and some banana peppers and some ranch. So it's pretty simple. Listen, the Publix salad bar is kind of an underrated gem, but like without the holograms. I do wish they had more toppings, but the toppings they do have taste really fresh, really high quality. And the ranch is by Ken. King Ken, we love you. His ranch is probably some of the best store-bought ranch. You know why? Because it tastes less processed than the other ones. So yeah, there's not much more to say. It's a salad. I built it.
With my own bare hands.
Because that's what men do. Yeah, I love it. Next up, let's try the street corn dip. So this is supposed to be heated up. I think so, because there's heating instructions on the back, but it's microwaved heating instructions. So I think that means that it's safe to eat cold, I guess, right? Because it doesn't have to be baked. I got some Doritos to go with it. Oh, Doritos are the best chip. I don't want to hear anyone saying any other opinions because they're invalid. I'm sorry, but they're just not as important as mine. I'm just kidding. That's horrible. They are valid, but your taste is horrible. Let's see how this corn dip is. Oh, it's a little thick because it's cold, but that's okay. All right. It's good. Yeah, I like it. I do. First of all, every time the chips break, it kind of scares me a little bit. I jump. So the Doritos taste classic. They taste a lot better than their competition, Durafinger. I hate that brand. Now the street corn dip is actually really good. It's not perfect, but I'm really enjoying it. So the corn kernels are very plump and juicy and very charred. They have that classic charred flavor, so love that. The mixture that it's in does have a street corn flavor. It definitely tastes like very strong cotija cheeses, and it has a cream cheese flavor. There's some sour creaminess in there too, a little bit of sweetness as well, probably from the corn. I just think it's missing a little bit of liminess, a little bit of tahini vibes, some chili powder. It's missing that aspect. If it had that, it would be perfect. It also goes so well with tortilla chips. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, this meal's good so far. Now it's time for the baked tenders. I don't think I've had these before, so I'm super hyped to try them because I love the main tenders, and these are definitely gonna be healthier. Oh, they smell good. They smell like Rose and her best friend Mary, both of them together. I got 4 of them because I'm hungry, and I got this mango habanero barbecue. I'm not a big habanero fan, to be honest, but it was the only good sauce choice there. It was either this or blue cheese. They were like kind of out of sauces today. Habanero to me has a flavor. Ooh, it smells bad. Ooh, I don't like it. It typically tastes kind of like a fruit cake. And a lot of people say I give off that vibe as well. Well, guess what? They're correct. I don't know what it is, but habanero has this fruity kind of fermented, almost potpourri vibe to it that I've just not always liked. But hopefully I'll like this, even though it smells repulsive right now. Rita Repulsa. This could take down all the Power Rangers. But let's first try by itself. This is what it looks like. It looks very seasoned. With the sauce, okay, it's not terrible. It smells worse than it tastes, like a burp, right? I'm gonna dip into this corn stuff. Oh, that one's real dry. Oh no. Oh, I can barely get through. Let me get a different one. Here. Yeah. Stay there. Listen. Why did I just say listen? Oh girl, I can't have a stutter and a lisp. Timmy, pick a struggle. Let me just say, if you have a stutter or a lisp, you are that girl. And you understand the speech impediment struggles, as do I. So I love you. Own that stutter, girl. Own that lisp. Wow, I should go into inspirational speaking or inspirational stuttering. For a healthier option, I think that these chicken tenders are quite fantastic. I know the second one was so overcooked, it was like rubber. But the other two were genuinely fantastic. Very tender, very seasoned. Now, because they're baked and they're not grilled, grilled, they don't have any sort of a seared flavor. I think a seared flavor would take them to the next level, or even like a liminess, like a marinated flavor would help a lot. I think that's the only thing that's missing. Otherwise, they're very well seasoned. There's definitely rosemary, garlic, onion, maybe some oregano, a few other things, and they are well salted, which is very important. I mean, they are simple, but they are good. Guys, I suspect they would taste really, really good with buffalo sauce. So I'm impressed. Now, this sauce, though, is... I do like the fact that it has a slight curry flavor. I think that's nice. But the strong habanero fruitiness is just a little too much, even for me. Even me, sis. So this is my dessert. They're called Celebration Petite Bundt Cakes. And I literally got these because, okay, you guys are not gonna get this. If you understand this, you're like 1 in a million. But my sister Sarah is definitely gonna get this. There's a scene in Little Women where Meg is trying to be high class, even though she's not. She'll never be high class. And she goes to this high class party with these girls. And this is the Little Women with Winona Ryder, not the one with Florence Pugh and Hermione Granger, even though I love them both. It's not that one. Anyways, Meg is at this party and all the girls are getting dressed and they're all putting on their corsets. And this one girl picks up this little cake that looks almost identical to this, but it has a cherry on it. And there's a close-up of her biting into it. And it's probably the most delicious moment I've ever seen. Did they even have cakes back then? Is that accurate? I don't know. But it's truly iconic. Poor Beth never got to try those cakes. She was too busy slurping up soup to break her fever. And poor Amy only had some limes. And poor Joe only had a burnt book and $5 from chopping off all of her hair. Anyways, let's just taste the dessert, shall we? This is my moment, guys. Let me pick it up just like the girl did. And I'm just gonna... Oh my God.
Oh!
Ooh, I love that. I do. It's simple, but it's kind of perfection. So the cake within is very, very moist, classic yellow cake vibes. Perfectly sweet, wonderful. I love that this doesn't really have frosting on it. Instead, it has more of a glaze, like a hardened glaze, besides the little center part, of course. That adds the perfect amount of sweetness. It's not too sweet, it's not too rich. And the sprinkles add a little bit of a crunch. That was a pretty great meal overall. Tomorrow's the final day. I will see you then. Mwah.
Oh, hi, do you work here? I just wanted you to see my shirt. I just really like to people please. I support you guys. Love you. For my Friday lunch, I got some fried shrimps. I also got some beans and rice. It got messy, I'm sorry about that. And some butterscotch pudding. Looks amazing, right? And these Pringle Mingles. I got an Olipop today. These digestive drinks are kind of growing on me, to be honest. I kind of like them a little bit, even though they're kind of nasty. No, that one's just gross. I'm over it. Strawberry vanilla, more like strawberry disgusting.
I'm so stupid.
Anyways, let's eat. Yes, I got 2 of these. They were BOGO. Buy one, get one, so don't judge me. We have sharp white cheddar and ranch and dill pickle and ranch. Let's try sharp cheddar. Ah! Why does it smell like that? It smells like a foot fungus. What in the world? Oh, no. These Pringles like to mingle, but I don't want to talk to them. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're the social butterfly version of Pringle. Stay away from me and my daughter Publix. And the dill pickle? Okay, yeah. I just noticed that they're shaped like a Tempur-Pedic pillow. Look at that. That's cute. They're shaped like comfort and support for your neck. So flavor-wise, I enjoyed the dill pickle ranch 100 times more than the sharp white cheddar and foot. The dill pickle one has a very strong dill sour flavor. I don't think the ranch really comes through, but they're good. But this one honestly tastes like expired garlic powder from your mother's house from 1902 from Badia. Yes, Badia was around back then. It just tastes stale. And the sharp white cheddar does not taste like cheese. It tastes just like sour milk. And you know what? I gotta be honest, both textures are bad. It has the texture of a denser Cheeto. So they don't have that airiness and that specific lightness that a Cheeto has. They just taste like a heavy Cheeto. Even if I like the dill pickle one's flavor, I would never buy Pringle Mingles again. I don't like them. They're not it. Pringle, trash. Keep it classic like your mustache. By the way, guys, it's the last day. How do we feel? I feel good. I feel like I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish, and I've developed devoured what I wanted to devour. And in the words of Miley Cyrus / Hannah, Pennsylvania, it's not about getting to the top of the mountain. It's about climbing up it and then ripping off your wig and saying, hey girl, I'm Smiley. That's what life is about. So let's try the rice and beans. As you guys know, I'm half Cuban. I don't think I've said that today yet. Now I did. I'm gonna mark that off my checklist. So, yeah, the rice looks kind of stale and the beans look like a pile of fart. That's what beans are. So let's try it. Wow. What in the world? Oh, my Cuban brain, at least half of it, cannot comprehend this. It's not that it's terrible. It's just simply the fact that the rice is stale, but that's not the main issue. The main issue is the beans have absolutely no flavor. When I say no flavor, I really do not think they added one pinch of seasoning, not even an inch, not even a dash, not even I don't taste salt. I don't taste garlic. I don't taste green pepper. Nothing. It just tastes like someone boiled beans and said, this shall please the Orlando Cubans. No, it won't. It never will. I mean, at least the beans are cooked well. They're nice and tender. But when I get beans, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I hope these beans are tender. I'm like, I hope they have flavor. And they don't. So that is tragic. That is honestly pathetic. Anyways, let's try these fried shrimps. So I got this Alabama style white barbecue sauce to go with them. Ooh, it smells like a horseradish moment. I love horseradish sauces. Okay, I'm just gonna grab it by its foot. Come here. Oh, I see the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Honestly, you're not serving flavor. Can you at least entertain me? Dance. Oh, oh, oh! The sauce is the shining star here. It is outshining the shrimp by miles. And I'm not surprised because the shrimp live in the depths of the ocean in the dark. So they're not shining whatsoever. This sauce is actually fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you like a horseradishy ranch vibe, that is what this is giving. It's not giving barbecue whatsoever. It's very creamy, tart. It isn't sweet at all. I think a little bit of sweetness would actually make it even better, but I love the little bit of horseradish spiciness. It's fantastic. Now the shrimp itself is garbage. You know, this is why we have to recycle. There's trash in the ocean. Whoa, that was a good one. Wow. Wow. It is crunchy and the shrimp itself is tender and the breading is a good thickness, but it tastes like cardboard. It tastes like oceanic cardboard. It tastes like someone shipped a box through USPS on a boat. It fell off the boat and it got served to me at Publix. Horrible. So this lunch really is, I think, my biggest flop yet. And it's kind of sad because this is my last lunch of the challenge, but we still have our butterscotch pudding. I love pudding. Isn't it funny how like British people call like a sausage that is made out of like intestines pudding? Love them. They're so quirky. It looks really good. It doesn't have anything in it besides the pudding and the whipped cream. Oh. Mm. 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 Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
There is a butterscotch flavor, but it's honestly serving more so like a melted down Werther's original. I don't think I'm worthy. It's so rich. It's almost like dulce de leche from a can, you know what I mean? But in a little bit of a looser, colder pudding form. The whipped cream adds a little bit of much needed lightness because it is such a rich pudding, but it's genuinely fantastic. Why am I eating these? Disgusting. So at least this is it, guys. We have one meal left. Let's make it a good one. For my Friday dinner, I got some coleslaw. Looks so good. I also got a chicken sandwich with cheese and bacon and these massive loaded tater tots. Look how big, guys. They're so juicy. And some glazed croissant. Oh my goodness. This is it. The final moment. We've been through so much together. We've eaten and chewed, digested and tooted. It's been grand. I will always remember the time we spent together. Okay, so I got my final meal. Yes, everything is beige once again. Besides the coleslaw, this is a nice shade of, actually it's my skin tone, kind of. A nice shade of Hellman's. Oh, and I got a Diet Coke. Well, that does not pack a punch. That's mostly water. Where's the syrup? Where's the chemicals? It'll do. Anyways, let's first try the coleslaw because it looks a little scary. I want to get it over with. Also, what in the world? Glazed croissant? This is innovation. This is the future. I'm not ready to try this. I'm really not. Wow. Wow. This tastes like KFC's coleslaw if Colonel Mustard said, I'm gonna add some more sweetness to it. Where's the sugar? Can we get the whole cane and just put it in there? Let me translate that metaphor. A lot of people don't get my metaphors. This tastes like fast food coleslaw with a pound of sugar within it. Do you get me? So like coleslaw is typically a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy, but this one's very sweet and a little bit tangy. You know what I mean? And I do kind of like the added sweetness. I don't think it's too sweet. I think it's almost too sweet, but it's not quite too sweet. Now it is a packaged product, so I feel like the cabbage and carrots are not as crunchy as they could be. If a horse ate these veggies, it would not make that signature crunchy horse chewing sound. We all know that sound. It's this one. Nay. So yeah, this isn't bad, but it's not amazing coleslaw either. If you have a sweet tooth, if you're a fan of candy, girly, you'll love this. Next up, let's try this chicken sandwich. So I've actually never had this kind of chicken sandwich from Publix. I always get my really fresh sub. They make it right there. This was just kind of sitting with the fried chicken in the corner. So it seems to have pickles, a slice of all-American cheese, aka USA cheese, and then some bacon that looks quite pale like Beth. Is this my third Beth mention in this one video? Wow, she's really taking over the channel. Guys, we have to keep her away from us. Beth, stay away. Stay. Ow, 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 ow. Did you do that to me, Beth? What was that? I didn't do anything to you. That actually kind of hurt. It's okay. How are my pupils? Am I smizing? Anyways, it has bacon, chicken tenders, and then it also has, I think, honey mustard underneath. So it's a fully pre-made sandwich, condiments and everything. It's good, but not great. So the chicken tenders are good on their own, but I don't think they have enough flavor to carry this kind of bread. When they're in a sub, you get tons of toppings, tons of condiments, a ton of stuff, and it just kind of elevates the chicken. But when a sandwich is this simple, the chicken tenders really need to pack a punch and bring in the flavor. And they just don't. I mean, it's still good. It's still a chicken sandwich. Now, the bacon does bring some flavor, but to be honest, I think the bacon and the cheese together bring in too much saltiness, and they make the sandwich too salty overall. The pickles definitely worked. They brought in some much needed freshness. In fact, if it was up to me, I would have double the pickles. Call me greedy. Also, the bread is too thick and it's kind of like cold bread. It's not toasted. So like I said, I enjoyed it for what it was and what it still is. You're still something, but I wouldn't get it again, I don't think. Now it's time for these tots. I've never had Publix's massive tater tots. They're huge. Like, what is that? That's a super tot. Look at that. Wow. Last one. Yeah. Ooh. I think that something within me has sort of changed. Is this how Alphaba felt? Those are incredible. They are giving McDonald's hash browns, but with a bunch of fillings like cheese, green onions, a real bacon smoky flavor. The texture is so satisfying. Like, my teeth sinking into that was an experience to remember. There's like chunks of potatoes in there, which are just really nice and makes it feel a little more real, even though it's probably not, you know? And they were quite crunchy, but I have to say they were a bit greasy. That's to be expected though, you know, it's a tater tot. So I adored those. Okay, it's time for the grand finale. I said the grand finale. Is my voice finally changing? Oh my goodness. It is time for the grand finale. The glazed croissant. I've never seen these. I've never heard of them, but there's 6 of them and I'm gonna try not to eat them all at once. Oh my goodness. They literally smell like a Krispy Kreme donut. I'm scared. Oh! No. No, it can't be true. It can't be true. I'm not just saying this because this was the final item. This is the best thing I've had all week. Probably all year. I'm not joking. I never want to see a glazed donut again in my life. Now that I know what's possible. This is possible. This is the future. Dunkin' Donuts is about to be Dunkin' Croissant. This serves donut, but it serves something more refined, something more complex. There's that strong, buttery, crispy, classic croissant flavor. And then the glaze just brings in the perfect amount of sweetness to really satisfy and like still make it feel like dessert, but it feels like a light dessert that like I could eat 10 of, honestly. These are my new favorite things ever. If you go to Publix, I highly recommend these 100%. So overall thoughts on Publix, I love it. Even if some of the food is trash, a lot of it is fantastic and it is my second home basically, so I will always love it. And I ate a lot of classics. I discovered a lot of new things and I had a lot of fun. So give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. I'll see you guys next video. I love you so much. Bye, girlies.